In Galatians 2:20, it says, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. This verse is very well known, and it scares me when a verse is well known like that, because sometimes it can become like a cliche in people's life. Oh, Jesus lives in me, and I'm crucified with him, and I live for him. But they don't really, they declare that, but they live a separate life. They have Jesus living in them, it's true, but they're not living the life that Jesus intended for them. But they still declare, but it's fine. And throughout John, I just finished studying John, and it amazes me how Jesus, in everything that he said and everything that he did, he said that it was through the Father. The Father, he saw the Father doing, he saw the Father saying, so he did it too. And back to the message that Pastor preached last Sunday. I'm almost done with college, and I'm only some years old, and it's, I can say I've lived a bit, but in the last 2 years of my life, I guess I've lived more than I lived my entire life, because my eyes were open to what I was missing. But now I'm at a point, it's like, I'm going to be done with college. What's next? Do I get a job? Do I study more? Do I I don't know. Do I keep that for now? Yeah, that's second. And I was praying, I'm like, God, so I'm supposed to live for you, but I'm not really, because right now I'm doing my own thing, How am I going to, you have to teach me how to do this. I can't do this on my own. And if I say, like, I'm going to live for God and I try to do it myself, that's me trying to be independent and not do it with God. And he put something in my mind. I'm going to try to demonstrate, like, what he said. Mr. Bond probably has done this with his kids. When you playing with a child and you put the child on your feet like this and you walk like that, you done there, probably. There you go. What happens if the kid goes like that, moving around, gets all stiff? They fall off, probably, right? Because you're trying to go like that. And that's what Jesus said. He, like, in my prayer moment, he's like, you need to hold my hands, step 1 foot at a time on my feet, keep your eyes focused on my eyes, and let me take the steps for you. And I was like, how am I going to do that? How do I get into Jesus' feet and actually start taking steps with him? And he's like, don't worry about the steps. I take the steps. You just, hop on, and I'll take you. So the message, what I got from that was, you need to look at Jesus' eyes. You need to focus on his face. You need to focus on a relationship that you're having with him, and not on, hey, Jesus, let me hold your hand. This is the way that I want to go. Because that doesn't really work. Well, it works for a while until, I don't know if it works actually, but I don't think it does. And if the child becomes stiff, like I said, and you try to take a step, they would probably just fall off because they're resisting the steps that the father, the parent is taking. And I feel like sometimes I do that too. Like, God's like, this is the step we're taking. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. But when I said, let your will be done, it's his will in my life, not my will, and then I'll think about yours. But we need to be, what's the word, malleable? Is that how you say it? Malleable, flexible, that we need to allow Jesus to do his thing with us, to shape our character, to shape us to be like him, but not walking like this with him, walking like this, looking at his eyes, looking at that relationship that you have with him. And when you put yourself in this position, you allow Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, all of them, to take you into the life that you were meant to live, the life that He made you to live for, the dreams that He has for you, the plans that He has for you to do what He created you to do, which is only you can do that, and you'll be the best person to do that, and no one will be able to do it like you do. And when you're in that position, obviously you're living His dream for you.